Hello, this is Eric Jackson, and this is
Kay,
and this is
Chris,
and this is the
1 minute Raw.
1 minute Raw recap. 1 minute Raw recap. 1 minute.
Okay, so tonight the show started off with Enzo Amore and Chris Jericho fighting.
That's true.
And Chris Jericho won by disqualification. Yes.
And so, first of all, I'd like to say that while we were watching this at Nikki's Bar, 466 Haight Street, every Monday in San Francisco, that like they had a great promo. Not Jericho and fat ass Kevin Owens, but like Enzo and Cass again just opened it. They're the most solid drawing thing on Raw. They came out, they made it happen. Enzo did a shitty wrestling match against Jericho, and then the next thing happened. Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I think you pretty much covered it. I did like to see Jericho back in there. I like the mustache, especially.
Mm-hmm. Nice pedo mustache.
Okay, so someone liked the mustache,
yeah.
like
at least one person. So.
yeah.
That's good. Enzo Amore is the guy I would not accept a drink from at a bar.
Enzo Amore is the guy that I used to fight in grade school for Pokemon cards, and then we both went to the same jail.
Our next match was Braun Strowman versus local paid contestant. Braun Strowman, of course, won. Thoughts and feelings?
Yes.
Jobber! And again, like, you know, you think you don't like something. Remember in the past when we thought we didn't like jobbers? And then they stopped jobbers. And now we see jobbers, and it kind of, I'm like nostalgic. Like,
It's nice to see them come in kind of like a local sense, so it builds an authenticity in whatever market that is. So it's like, it's like, he's a jobber, but
people know who that guy is.
Our
yes.
jobber.
Guys who are
Yes.
watching him from the hometown are like, yeah, that guy, like...
And local audiences, they just need anything to make them watch. People like to be entertained. Wrestling is entertaining. Having that local talent pull them in is just like, well, you know, it's 1,000 more eyes on the thing, but that's important.
Another quick match, Titus ONeil versus Darren Young. Darren Young defeating a very large Titus ONeil because he's becoming great again.
I think Vince maybe hasn't read the scripts for a while and forgot that these guys aren't a tag team anymore and known as the primetime players. And so he still thinks they are, so now he thinks in typical wrestling fashion that he's breaking up this tag team and making them feud brother versus brother. But they've been broken up for like 2 years. So Vince just totally like missed that memo or doesn't watch the show or... I don't know, it was just awkward. Like, this would have made sense 2 years ago.
Next, we get like a little Seth Rollins mic time where he builds a case against Finn Balor, and I guess we're going to see him at SummerSlam. I just don't care.
It is the battle of the Caucasoids. Who is the alpha male Caucasoid? Is it the British guy who's got all the muscles? Is it the guy from Iowa who's white and has all the muscles? One of them will be white supreme, and they will go on to battle the other white man for the white man battle royal.
Speaking of hot white on white supremacist action, the next match is White Power Sheamus versus Swiss Cesaro. So just
I'm gonna give this over to Chris, because I think as a newcomer, not only to the 1 minute Raw recap, but also an old time fan, he'll have some particular insight into this ridiculousness.
Yeah, it was a little interesting coming into it. It was telegraphed in a way that I wasn't used to wrestling being telegraphed when I used to watch it. And it was just like putting it out there at the very beginning and like, alright, this is... I mean, Sheamus reads like a one-way, essentially. Like, there's not like, you know...
Interpret it as you will, right. But you'd have to have a lot of imagination.
You wouldn't say he's like a pro-integration character.
Yeah, so Sheamus's gimmick is that he's lucky?
White and Christian,
he's
I guess.
Pure.
Yes, he's certainly...
The blinding whiteness of his entrance alone wouldn't make you think that.
Cesaro defeated Sheamus, and I mean, Cesaro is like a really amazing athlete.
Yeah, he can pick up everybody.
Straight up. Next we get like a short Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton SummerSlam hype video, and then our next real match is Dudley Boys versus Neville and Sin Cara, the two flippiest bastards on the card.
And so again, like, quick note, like, the last time this man was watching pro wrestling, who was on pro wrestling?
The Dudley Boys were still there. Like,
and home again, jiggity jig. The Dudley Boys. And so it's...
Putting over the new guys because they were defeated by Sin Cara and Neville.
And while I think Sin Cara is still looking for a home, like, period, like, they don't know if they want him to be singles or tag team or what. And Neville, again, like, he's great solo, but there's no title scene to put him in. Every guy in every title scene is 300 pounds. So Neville's not going to pick up anybody. So tag makes the most sense for him. He can definitely pick up Kofi Kingston if they get him that far. It's just like, you need to make a cruiserweight belt. You need a cruiserweight division. Neville will have it forever, and we'll all really enjoy it.
I think the next segment was the one that we all remembered, which is the fake Lana Rusev wedding cake debacle, in which Roman Reigns comes out and causes some problems. I think it was the first time I'd ever heard Roman Reigns sound believable on the microphone, and they gave us all what we wanted, which was cake dress. Thoughts?
They tricked us into liking Roman Reigns. It was very well crafted. It was almost like you could not root for, like, we all wanted that dress to get caked, and we all wanted to ruin their they're foreign and they're evil
and they're rich,
and they abuse the American title, and they're rich
and people.
And they hate us. They tell us all the time how much they hate us. And so, and Roman Reigns is like, well, we know what he's about, and he like snorts Adderall all the time and hangs out in shitty places and is a bad person. And so we're all rooting for him now that he's like, I mean, he ruined an expensive dress, and he wants the American title, so he's back at the bottom, and he's working to the top. Chris, what did you think about this whole scene?
I mean, it was nice to see kind of like an old school, kind of very soap opera, like telenovela kind of thing, where it's like we're gonna put up like the whole vast like wedding set on there with like multiple cakes, and it's like, so it's like the Chekhov's gun kind of thing, where you're just waiting for somebody to go into the cake, like you know, it's
in case they miss a cake, there's two more cakes.
You know it's
and you're just like, you're expecting it to be
one cake.
Like,
they might mess that up. Get some more cakes on this table.
So yeah, I thought it was entertaining from that perspective.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Next we get
filled a need.
Sasha Banks defeating Dana Brooks. We got Dana Brooke like having her own entrance for the first time, but it was a pretty short match. And then there was like a random Nia Jax like promo, but she didn't have a match, which confused me.
And so Dana Brooke, I'm really rooting for her. She's strong. She can pick up all the women's division, a lot of the men. Like, she's a power lifter. She is an actual weightlifter. She is a legitimate athlete. She is the least graceful person in that ring, and putting her in the ring with Sasha Banks makes Sasha Banks look bad. It also makes Dana Brooke look bad. It's like, no matter how good Sasha Banks is, she cannot make Dana Brooke look good if Dana Brooke don't know how to wrestle. It doesn't matter how much she can pick her up. And so it's like, there needs to be something. You need some more gimmies in the women's division. Like, Dana Brooke needs to be going against jobbers, not.
She needs also a better outfit, like just better outfit. Like this Astro Boy outfit just kills me. She's like a pretty girl. Like, put her in something nice.
She is a beautiful girl, but I think like it's got a strong He-Man vibe. Chris, what do you think?
I think like I liked it. I just wanted more of it. It seemed like a fairly short match as far as the matches went tonight, and it's like it was one of the few that I actually like wanted to see go farther. So it kind of ended a little too abruptly for me.
And actually, that might touch on an interesting point where like maybe this like Sasha Banks thing is kind of just fluff, because there's really no one in the women's division right now. Sasha Banks might be injured, and that's why the shortness of her matches. That might be the same reason Charlotte Flair is no longer in the scene. and that's why you need to immediately push people who don't know how to wrestle, like Dana Brooke.
Okay, we've got short time, 2 more matches left. Kofi Kingston versus Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows defeating Kofi Kingston. I don't even remember this match.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. Just skip it. It's like, blah, blah, blah. These guys worked in Japan. These guys are the New Day. The one New Day guy is gone because they all need a vacation. They were the longest reigning champions. They need a rest. They'll come back.
We get an announcement that we're getting Cesaro versus Rusev for the United States title from Mick Foley in between matches. And then, then we get that match, which is Rusev defeating Cesaro so he can retain the U.S. Championship. So, like, we got a double one of those matches tonight?
Yeah. A re-push or a double re-push.
Okay. Any last questions, comments, feelings?
Nikki's Bar, SFWWC is the hashtag, WWC, San Francisco WWC is the Twitter. You can find us on all the fucking social medias, everything in the goddamn universe.
This was a 1 minute Raw recap!
1 minute Raw recap!
It was only 1 minute!
This is a 1 minute!